Welcome to How to Use Study Island in Less than 5 Minutes with Mrs. Blair. You've already learned how to log on to Study Island, so now once you're there, notice your name in the upper left-hand corner, the logout button in the upper right-hand corner. There's a menu on the left-hand side of things you can do, including looking at your profile and your test results, your classes that you're enrolled in the middle, and we're going to go to the Blair Homeroom class. In this page, everything's the same, except you can actually email your teacher. It'll tell you who teacher is. It'll give you any assignments that you have in the middle, and on the left-hand side, the date that they're due. On the right, the status, if they're complete or incomplete, or any portion of them complete. Go to the reading pre-assessment, and go to test mode. You have different types of questions that you will encounter. Short questions with single answers. And then there are some tools. I'm just going to note those tools in this slide, and then later on we'll talk about more in depth about them. The tools are highlighting tools and making your text larger tools up to the right-hand side. So you should use all your test-taking strategies. You should be tracking. You should be reading every word, trying to understand what they're asking, and look at all the answer choices before making a decision. Once you've made a decision, click on the letter. If you get it right, a star will appear and then a green arrow, and you can go on to the next one. Again, short answer questions all look different. You might have something in a box. You should go to that box and actually read what's going on. Thoroughly read the question. Reread if necessary. Again, tracking each and every word with your cursor helps. Go down to the answer choices. Click on what you think to be the correct answer. If you get it wrong, it says wrong, and you can try again to do the next question. There are longer reading passages with many questions. The first reading passage you'd read, you'll have one question, and then you might have many more later on. So again, use those test-taking strategies. Read the question first, then go up to the passage. Notice the scroll bar. You should use the scroll bar and read every single word in the passage. It's very important to do. Using your cursor to track. Now those tools that I talked a little bit about earlier are still up there on the upper right-hand side. They are highlighting buttons, different colors of highlighting, and then you can make your text larger or smaller. You also have a little scratch pad, which I didn't find useful in any way, shape, or form, kind of like Khan Academy. So, tracking, reading, looking for information that you find might be important. You might be aware of what's going on in the question. If you find something interesting, highlight it, and then click on one of the colors up above. If you come across something that maybe you don't know the word or it seems a little confusing, you might want to highlight that in a different color so that you can kind of monitor that. Really read the passage. I can guarantee you that this question to this passage is one question to this passage, and that you're going to go to another question and it's going to have the same passage. So if you read it thoroughly the first time, you have a better chance of doing well. So, you choose your answer at the very end, go back into your reading, find it. Select your answer, move on. Once you've completed the pre-assessment, you will be able to check back at the questions that you got wrong, and you should. Always go back. You can try to re-answer them again. The very end, you'll get your final score, and it'll tell you what you've done well in and what areas you might need some work in. So, you're ready tomorrow to go to school and complete that pre-assessment. Good luck.